up. Try to make you look good here. All right, so this is Ben Halligan. I'm here with Chris Frosaker.
That's perfect.
All right. He is one of the co-founders of Highwire Brewing here in Asheville, North Carolina, and this is for entrepreneurial planning class. And we've gone over, we're recording. You're aware of that?
Yeah.
I guess my first question is, so I tried to do a little research, and so I just plugged your name into Google, and something came up about a pharmacy?
Yeah.
So what did you do before you decided to start a brewery?
Yeah, I was a community pharmacist. So,
Okay.
went to grad school to become a pharmacist. So I have a doctor of pharmacy degree.
Right.
And managed a 24-hour Walgreens in South Asheville for 4 years, and just realized that wasn't for me.
Okay.
And decided to start my own business. So.
I understand. I work for UNC Eshelman School of Pharmacy. So
Oh, no way.
I know a little bit of what all that entails.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's no small feat.
No.
Yeah.
I enjoyed being a pharmacist. I just went down the wrong career path in pharmacy.
Okay.
I should have never become a retail pharmacist. So.
Yeah.
And I was looking for something else in that field, but we also didn't want to leave Asheville, and I just couldn't find what I wanted to do here. So I just decided to start a brewery.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, that kind of gets to my first question, why you decided to start a brewery business.
Yeah. It was kind of just a random leap of faith. I had zero beer experience at all when we decided to do this. I was a pharmacist. I was unhappy. I had a lot of money saved up from being a pharmacist. And there was a brewery that was going out of business in Asheville here. I don't know if you remember. I don't know how long you've been in Asheville. But, Craggy Brewing is going out of business. I heard that rumor, and just kind of a light bulb went off. Said, you know what? I'm going to go and I'm going to buy that thing and start my own brewery.
And so you partnered with a guy by the name of Adam Charnack?
Yeah. Yep. He's still involved. Still
Okay.
a business partner. So.
And so what was his kind of involvement in the startup then?
So I've kind of delineation of duties. He is like our finance guy. He's the numbers guy. Kind of more of a business background. He has a finance degree. I'm more the operations/creative side. So that's kind of our delineation of duties.
So we're kind of getting into my second question, which was about the business concept, the structure, the source of funding.
Yep.
Can you elaborate a little more? Like, one of the things that really inspired me to interview you was the rate of growth in Highwire and just how dialed in it seemed that you guys had it.
Yeah.
So I assume you had a business plan.
We did.
Did you have any sort of equity split? Were you financing solely out of pocket, or
it was a little out of pocket, and then SBA loans.
Okay.
So we're on our, I can't even count, 4th or 5th SBA loan.
Okay.
So the original one was a small SBA loan along with some owner equity that we put in. A very detailed business plan. I think the reason why we've seen dialed in is because we have business backgrounds instead of beer backgrounds. So we're not a brewer-started brewery, which a lot of breweries are.
Sure.
You know, a guy who's just crazy talented, I'm going to start my own brewery. Our business was founded by people who only want to grow the business. Of course, we love beer. We're beer people. But we leave that to the talented brewers, and ownership and management has been focused on nothing but growing the business. I don't have to worry about coming up with recipes. I don't have to worry about all that stuff. I just focus on growth.
Well, you've done a good job. It is very evident.
Yeah.
What do you like most about being an entrepreneur?
A couple things. I like that it's my own destiny. You know, win, lose, fail, whatever. It's all based off of myself and my business partner and my team. So it's we can control what we want to do. I'm not following someone else's vision. It's my vision. So that's the main thing I really like about it. Looking back on it, I don't think I could ever work for somebody else again. Like I didn't care for that. So I like being my own boss. I like setting my own schedule.
Sure.
I like coming up with my own ideas and going after them and executing. So,
yeah,
absolutely.
It's interesting. I know a number of pharmacists
yeah.
that have entered down that retail path and had similar results.
Yeah.
Burnout and
yep.
What do you dislike?
For me, the hardest part of owning this business, and I've never, this is the only business I've ever owned.
Okay.
Only time I've ever done anything like this. And until recently, I don't really have to worry about that anymore, but just worry about money. That's the hardest part.
Yeah, cash flow.
Cash flow. Where the beer business is extremely capital intensive. Margins are tiny.
Yep.
So we spend a lot of money to make a tiny little bit of money. And how fast we've grown, money was tight for several years.
Sure.
And so that was the hardest part for me, kind of struggling around that, just mentally being okay with that. And we're finally at a point now where I don't really have to worry. I don't have those payroll concerns.
Seems
anymore.
like you're doing pretty well. You've launched a tap room down in Durham area?
Durham, yep, and we just opened one in Knoxville as well.
Wow.
And we distribute in 6 states. So.
Impressive.
Yeah.
Now, I'm curious, Adam, does he have any prior entrepreneurial experience or background in brewing?
Nope. Zero.
Okay.
Yeah.
You kind of alluded to this, but my next question was the greatest challenges for you or your business partner or the business as a whole.
Yeah. The first challenge was just funding. Any kind of startup, especially a brewery startup, when we started, it was hard to find money. It's hard to convince people that you are worth it, basically.
Sure.
So we got rejected by a lot of banks, and there's a lot of kind of intangibles in the brewing business. Banks want to see liquid assets that if you go out of business, they can sell it.
Sure.
That's not really the case in breweries. Yes, we do have a lot of equipment,
and a lot of liquid.
But there's a lot of intangibles in there that you need, operating costs that are hard, that you need in addition to just your equipment. So that was a challenge. I'd say our biggest challenge now is with our growth is HR needs. Just keeping everybody happy, keeping everybody growing on their career path, keeping everybody engaged and going in the direction where they want to go. So we literally just hired our first HR person. She started yesterday. So
awesome.
We finally have a human resources department, which is wild to think about.
That's
been the biggest challenge the last couple of years.
Oddly enough, in my last reading for this class, it talked about HR usually finding its place in the 4th or 5th period of financing.
Yeah. Okay. Yep.
Yep.
So we have 60 employees now, and it's time to and we've always kind of, all the ownership have kind of done our own de facto HR just because we had to, we were forced to, and it's to the point now where I don't have time or the energy to do that for 60 people. So
absolutely,
it feels good to have someone on board to do it.
Yeah, especially as you branch out, across the state or to the western Tennessee.
Yep.
Anything you wish you would have done differently?
Started with more money. Once again, the brewing industry is very capital intensive, and we started on a pretty shoestring budget. Mm-hmm. And lucky for us, it worked. I've seen a lot of other breweries who started on similar budget paths than us that are not doing as well as we are. So, there's a saying in the brewing industry: "You want way to make $1 million, start with $2 million." Is kind of the joke. So I wish we would have been a little better funded when we started. But like I said, we've lucky enough to overcome those hurdles.
I wanted to follow up maybe with: is there a magic number out there?
It just depends on your business plan and what you want to do.
Yeah.
So for a distributing brewery like us, selling beer costs a lot of money.
Okay.
So.
What advice would you give someone starting a brewery?
Hi. How are you?
Hi.
It's good to see you. Didn't want to interrupt.
It's an acceptable interruption. We'll take it.
I'm just trying to decide if I should have a
Wyatt.
What are you going to do? Probably go home and let the dog out. Or hang out, whatever you want to do.
Have a beer.
Have a beer. We can do the dog together.
Thanks for lining this up, Ron.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah, so someone starting a brewery, you kind of given some hints as to what advice you might give: money, capital, funding.
Yep.
Anything else that that either a brewer or a business person, in my case, might not think of.
Yeah. Once again, it kind of depends on what type of brewery you want to be. So, you could either kind of choose distribution, having your beer in bars, restaurants, grocery stores, or you can kind of go the brew pub model, where you only sell anything in-house. So I'd say, and I can give advice on both. In general,
interestingly enough, so this for this class, I chose a brewery mainly because it would afford me the ability to interview people like you, just friendly people that I get along well with.
Totally.
But my original plan was a small batch brewery or a microbrew in Swannanoa, North Carolina.
Cool.
There's not one there currently, and so I see an opportunity. It's a pretty it's not saturated market, but at least in Swannanoa, there's not a brewery in existence right now. My idea was to start small, but then I wanted to use you as a comparison because as I explored it more and more, it's almost like just go big.
So I was going to say the exact opposite. If I had to do it all over again, I would not distribute beer.
Okay.
This building wouldn't exist. It was interesting. We were kind of forced into going big right away, so we didn't know what the heck we were doing. We bought the assets of a brewery that went out of business.
Right.
The system in there was oversized for the space, so we just instantly had a lot of beer. We're like, well, what do we do with this beer? We should go sell it outside our walls.
Sure.
And then that just feeds into a whole other issue. It's like, well, all right, it's doing well, and grocery stores are knocking, so we start filling grocery store shelves, and then next thing you know, the Earth Fair in Charlotte wants your beer.
So you've got to meet that demand.
Exactly. So I kind of say all the time that this business kind of has a mind of its own.
Interesting.
It is this beast that we're just kind of steering in a way. So my recommendation in today, and that combined with the fact that beer sales are flat in the United States, if not declining.
Interesting.
Highly recommend if anybody's starting a brewery in 2019 or 2020.
Oh, sorry. That's okay.
That's my fault. You go very small.
Targeted.
Have as few employees as humanly possible and sell every drop of beer you make on site.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's a perspective I wasn't exactly expecting.
Yeah. Yep. There's a lot of revenue sources in our business. We distribute beer, so we have 18 different wholesalers across 6 different states that sell our beer. We have 4 different tap rooms. I'm sorry, I keep doing that.
That's okay. Yeah. I've got a backup.
Okay.
Here.
I should just stop touching the table.
And I can edit.
We even turned the lamp on.
Nice.
There we go. And where our profit comes from are our tap rooms. Our tap rooms fund the entire operation. We don't make money on the beer sitting on the shelves at Ingles.
Yeah. Well, the last person I interviewed was Derek Allen.
Okay.
And he shared your sentiment.
Yep. One day, hopefully, once we reach him, and it seems, we look big.
Yeah.
We're not even close to the economy of scale where we can make a lot of money distributing beer.
Okay. One thing I really like about Highwire is this kind of emphasis on community.
Yeah.
Would you care to speak on that just a little bit and
absolutely
kind of what your vision was and
totally
and adhering to your mission and
yeah, definitely. One of our company values is community. It's written on our office in there. Yep. All of our employees walk by and look at it every day. It's important that we're not just a business. We don't just make beer. We want to be part of the everyday lifestyle of the communities that we're in. So the way for us to do that is to support nonprofits, support things that bring people happiness. Soccer is a great example.
Yeah.
So, we think beer is supposed to be fun. A lot of breweries take themselves really seriously. They're kind of this too cool for school attitude. That's not us at all. So soccer is a great example. Soccer brings a lot of people joy in this town. We're all soccer fans ourselves, so we decided to heavily get involved in that. We kind of follow our passions, and I think it's kind of a karma thing. You know,
yeah.
you support these things that people enjoy, they'll in turn support you.
Yeah, well, I stand behind that.
Yeah.
I really I admire everything you've done here.
Thanks, man.
And I appreciate your time.
Yeah,
Thank you,
absolutely.
Chris.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cool.